Oh, they're both disgusting. Cigarettes are disgusting. They stink.
I know. Well, hey guys, we'll go back to this debate later.
Yes.
But for right
There's
now,
no debate.
right now, welcome back to me, my mom, and my Padres. Yay! 4th of July special, but honestly, I don't really care about celebrating this damn country at the moment. So I'm just taking this as a day off. A beautiful day game.
Wait, we're doing something great today.
That's what I'm saying. A beautiful day game.
The game.
Right?
Yep.
So we'll celebrate that because this is my first day game of the year.
Celebrating
Julie
with
B's got the Crone Zone. I got an almost done michelada.
It is a holiday.
And we're here.
We're day drinking.
Yay!
Yeah, it's day game
Yep.
versus the Rangers. Yeah, I'm feeling really weird about this holiday as well. I'm sure I know a lot of people are, but it's always a good day for baseball. So
exactly. And today is just so beautiful outside. With a slight little breeze, it's going to be perfect.
Like 79 degrees. Beautiful.
What's not perfect though are the San Diego Padres.
Right. And honestly, I think we talked about this in our last pod. There's just not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot going on. It's
not much, even though, our recordings are
way,
probably, like every 2-ish weeks or so. Again, not much improvement, not a lot of hurt also.
I don't think a lot of improvement. I think it's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there hasn't been improvement, but there also hasn't been much loss.
I think a little bit. I think we're a little
okay.
We've lost a game or two, but not a lot. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think we'll start off on some good news, and then we actually have like a little agenda kind of game situation we're gonna do, and then we gotta go because I'm trying to get my $5 beer.
Yes.
So shout out to the El Caption.
Yes, Manny making a starting. Is this his first time starting?
Ooh.
I think Nolan Arenado.
I was about to say Nolan probably takes all of it, or Charlie Blackmon, or
Charlie Blackmon's an outfielder. Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of not fucking Muncy.
I was shocked that he was even runner-up.
I don't know who I'm thinking of. I must have been thinking of Arenado.
He was placed third.
I don't know.
Yeah,
okay. But who cares? But yeah, we were obviously not surprised. But I think you were saying, surprised that even Muncy was like a bit in the conversation. I guess they have to. Well, it is a popularity contest at the end of the day.
Yes,
exactly. Mark Grant got a little bit of attention from Talking Baseball and John Boy because
he wasn't wrong.
Very
opinionated. Yes.
Opinionated, exactly. Statement about the situation. I mean, again, don't disagree.
He was 100% right, and a lot of people were saying he's
not
wrong.
He's
not wrong. There's kind of
but that's why we love him.
Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about that a little bit. I'm not in love with this constant switching with he and Junior. And I like Tony Gwynn Jr. because he's very smart. But he's much better on the radio.
I was about to say him and Jesse,
they're good on the radio.
Exactly.
But they're both not.
They don't have the riz.
Well, again, to me, and a lot of people would disagree, but I think we're so lucky with having Mud and Dawn.
Babe, I think a lot of people agree. We're always nominated as one of the best.
Even in the worst of baseball times, they make it entertaining. And if you listen, of course you do. You listen to other announcers on other teams. They're not like that. Tony Gwynn Jr. would be perfectly fine doing a game with another team. He'd be great. Like I said, I like him because he's smart and he's very knowledgeable about the game, and he doesn't blow smoke. And it's so funny because people are like, he is a total Jar-Jar fan. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He's just trying to be objective. Yeah. People are so weird, but whatever. But
I'm over it too. There's obviously a lot of speculation and theories that they're trying to phase Mud out even.
Or if Mud wants to, Donnie just re-signed his contract. He's not going anywhere. But maybe Mud wants to retire.
Yeah.
Either that. I mean, I haven't heard this. I've heard that theory. The other theory I'm thinking of, and we've heard the theory that they're not getting along, but I don't buy that because when they're together, they seem like they get along just fine. And if they truly didn't get along, they wouldn't be together at all. My other theory is Junior's looking to find a slot, not here maybe, but in a different market. But he needs to have
some more broadcast, on TV
tape, right, to shop.
Damn,
I don't know. That's just my theory a little bit. Obviously, he fits in perfectly here.
You really think Tony would ever leave? Yeah, I don't
know.
That's not really part of his legacy.
Okay, then what is it?
Well, I also heard a rumor that the John Seidler doesn't like Mud.
Really? How come?
Calls him a clown.
Really?
Yes. I don't have sources. I just saw that somewhere.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
I could see that. I could see little businessman uptighty be not
If
so.
you're not, if
he's
you're
not
so,
the most professional. But again,
but that's
what
what
makes him so
That's
personable.
why
Exactly.
that's why we like him. And John Snyder's got to remember that freaking Mark Grant was one of the reasons. I mean, he brought people to the TV when the Padres
had
sucked.
nothing.
Yes, because he was funny and and you know I was telling somebody that maybe it was you.
But he's passionate too. You know,
when we're going through a hard time, I want him there holding my hand, right? Like he just makes. I don't know.
He's like he's your good uncle. He's your fun uncle, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's your fun uncle.
There's a comfort with him.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, totally. And
anyway.
and I think also the fact that he's been there with us through it all too.
Oh, I love you bringing the tea like that though, Matt. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, I saw that and I go,
Was that someone's speculation or is that an insider thing?
I think that. Gosh, I'll go on Twitter afterwards and I'll confirm. But I think I can't.
Well, there was some guy saying that he and.
But it makes sense.
That
I can't deny it doesn't make sense.
Someone had said that he had a falling out over politics and religion, which I don't know what that is, but they didn't say with who. So maybe it was with him. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know what Mark's views are on.
I don't even know how you can. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna.
And if that's the
I'm
case,
not gonna
then John
sound.
Snyder
I'm
needs
not
to
gonna
listen to
sound
the
good right now.
Listen to the fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The
yeah.
fans love him. So anyway, I'm sorry. I forgot what we were talking about, but that was definitely something that we needed to touch on.
No, I think I was kind of just like leaning into that conversation, before we do what we're here to do, and that's talk about how our boys have done in this first half of the season. I think we're 1 game over, 2 games. No, not over, but like 2 games past halfway through.
Oh, I thought you were talking
1 or 2
about
games.
our
no, not in the standings. In the standings, I think we're 5. What you were saying earlier.
I can look.
She's gonna look right now. And how are we feeling? What's the vibe?
Us and the Giants are now 9 games back behind the Dodgers. How quickly that happened. The wild card, we're holding on, tied with the Giants for that last spot.
But I mean, you're 1.5 games behind Milwaukee and 3 games back
and
of
the Mets.
The Mets.
The Mets are really struggling.
And the Mets are falling apart as well. So it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like last year. I think it's hurting a lot of the fans and us more than we anticipated at the beginning of the season because of what happened in April.
Correct.
I think we all knew realistically it wasn't going to be like that throughout the year.
It wasn't.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to.
You're right.
Have that stick with you. I
think you kind of nailed it because we weren't. And I had this conversation with our favorite Giants fan who's going through the same thing. They have no offense. They lost 7 in a row or 6 in a row or something like that. They just split a series with the Diamondbacks, I believe, which is good. For everybody.
Yeah.
So we weren't expected to be good this season. We were expected to be okay, fight for 3rd place with the Giants, and just miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is like, we're doing better than that because we started the season so strongly. So if we'd gone into the season starting out being a 500 team like we are, how would we feel right now? I can almost tell you how we would feel. And this is why we have to have a little pause. We were like a 500, barely 500 team all of last season.
Yes.
And going, what's going on? What's going on? There's nothing happening. And this was
it's
after
reverse clockwork.
and this is after he got a rise and C's. We were still going. And then the second half, everything changed.
Well, we also, and
that was before we acquired the other pitchers and stuff.
We also forget about this too. Mike Schultz is second half manager.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he is. Totally. Oh, yeah. Everyone's been saying that. And even when we were, I even heard people saying when we were going through our winning streak at the beginning of the season was like, they can bank all these wins, and then the rest of the season, as long as they play 500...
We were even saying that.
Bank all these wins, and the rest of the first half, if they just play 500 ball, they should make the playoffs because Mike Schultz is second half manager. So I forgot to look and see how many games we are above 500. Hold on a second. At this point, we are...
So it's obviously not. I sound so dumb. It's not ideal, but I think
we
taking
are
a step back,
6 games over 500.
Taking a step back, you realize, and this is a saying that I've kind of been preaching for the past couple episodes, but it's not as bad as we think.
You're right.
It's not.
I think the problem is that it's an eyeball test thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're watching the games and they don't look great. They don't look very good.
Mm.
Our pitching at times has looked great. Individual players are having nice little stringing together some nice things. But overall, the games are not. They don't look like a playoff caliber team.
No.
They don't. They really don't.
Yeah.
Not when Tatis isn't hitting. Not when Merrill's not hitting. Not when our bullpen is shaky. Not when, all these things. If it weren't for Manny...
And our starters.
Manny has cooled off now. Mm-hmm. Sandra Bogarts has stepped up. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Sheets has stepped up.
Okay, we're gonna go over this later.
So I think that's what the main thing is for me is watching the games. They don't look like a playoff caliber team.
Yeah. Now, and it's so funny because in April they did, and that's
for sure.
And that's fine.
Tatis looked like an MVP.
Yeah.
He's gonna have an MVP caliber year.
This season is too long for a reason, and thankfully, only time can tell what's going to happen.
And
but Mike Schultz is a second half team, and we can still ride that 500 baseball. We really still can.
If we continue to be 6 games over.
Exactly.
But we went from what? 14 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
Well, can we skip ahead now a little bit to what we need to do to trades and stuff?
Okay, sure. Do you want to go ahead?
Well, gosh, and I apologize. I want to say it was Tom Krasovic, maybe. He was a writer for the Union Tribune. I think it was him. I don't think it was Casavelli, but I think it was him or Casavel. So the problem is, AJ has been trying to make trades. He knows we have holes that need to be filled, and the problem is we don't have pieces to trade.
Yeah,
we just don't. So we are relying on, honestly, King coming back full strength. You coming back.
Wait, okay. Actually, I do have a thought on that.
Okay. On what?
On those pitchers coming back. Do you think they are kind of pushing them back on purpose now?
We talked about that last.
Did we?
Yeah, because that's what the Dodgers are doing.
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that. We thought that that's what they did with you last year.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't think they're doing it again. Not with Michael King. No, because he wouldn't tolerate that because this is a contract year for him. So he would not be down with that at all. I think that definitely they're being uber cautious with you. However, he supposedly might start on Sunday.
I saw that.
Woo, yay! I love him. Anyway, so what we're looking at is going forward with what we have, basically. They were even talking about he was offering up some of our big pieces, De Veers and
Salas,
and people still weren't. They were requiring him taking on too much salary or throwing in someone on our roster already. Throwing in a Estrada or throwing in a Morihone or something. Yeah. Fuck that! No, hell no. So you put the E on this thing.
Oh yeah.
One beer, half a beer, and dropping F-bombs. Anyway, so that's a little distressing that there really isn't, and this isn't surprising. I mean, we kind of
yes.
Last year when he pushed everything in to get Adam and to get Scott and Honing. And did he get somebody else too?
Oh gosh.
Anyway, it was good. I mean, it
worked.
Yeah, it worked. But he really pushed. He gave up everything we had, basically, except for our 2 big chips. And so I think a lot of us thought last year, well, we better win it this year because this is going to be it. And
one thing that is giving me a slightest bit of hope, though, is that there has only still been one trade. One major trade.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a Padres issue.
Devers, and he hasn't last time I checked.
But you're right.
It's still early.
But yes, but I was thinking that it was pivotal that Preller make that first big move, which he
before
usually
anybody
does,
else does,
before it starts snowballing. But it's really not snowballing.
No,
to the degree in which I thought. Now we're probably just waiting for the deadline for people.
And when is that? July 30th? Do you remember?
Alexa, when's the trade deadline?
The trade deadline.
Well,
Alexa, what is this year's date for the trade deadline in Major League Baseball?
Nevertheless.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
You don't help.
Nevertheless.
We tried.
There's still time.
Yeah.
There's still time, and I think
I just don't want to.
I think there's enough teams that are desperate enough who might be willing to loosen things up once the deadline kind of hits that spot, if nothing has kind of.
I think
from
there's
now.
another angle too, which is a depressing angle, but it is what it is.
This girl. Okay, what?
He might be looking to see what direction we're going to go to. Are we going to be selfish?
No.
I don't think we are.
You're saying this as someone, we are 6 games over 500. You can't.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Like,
you can't be sellers.
I don't think so. You really can't. No.
You can't be sellers. That would be idiotic.
Okay, what do you do with Dylan Cease?
Well, that's the problem is you kind of have to keep in until King or Darvish comes back. Mm-hmm. You know,
He's like a fifth starter.
He is. He really is.
I mean, still.
But that's. I mean, that's.
Every team can use a fifth starter.
You might kind of have to be. Do I dare say stuck with him because it's also Dylan Cease and he's about to have his Dylan Cease moment.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He's got value. He's not like a total Wandy Peralta or something like that. You know, he's got like I said, he's like a fourth or fifth starter on any team. He's just not an ace like we thought he would be. So he's still, you're counting on him to eat innings, which he's very good at. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he gives a good, every once in a while we get a fantastic game out of him. So yes, you still keep him, but we're going to get nothing for him. But I think the problem is right now we wouldn't get a lot for him anyway because I can't see.
I think the thing is he can't really be traded right now because then who's gonna?
Well, a playoff contender would not trade for him, I don't think, based on his performance this year.
Yeah,
because he's not a top 3 starting pitcher, and that's what playoff contenders are usually looking for. A strong number.
Right, but
there could be some GM out there who's always had a thing for him.
I'm just saying we can't lose another starter, even though he is our fourth at this point.
No, we don't. We're too injured. Waldron Coughlin didn't really do much the other day.
Bring out the roster.
Kind of low-key gotta go, too.
So we're going to do this quick little thing. We're going to go down the roster. We're going to give each player a grade on how we think they've done in this first half. And then we're just going to do a quick little blurb, couple sentences on what we're expecting. Not hoping, expecting from them in this second half. And then, yeah, like you said, we got to go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do it.
You want to do those pitchers first? Or?
Pitchers first.
Or is that just by pitchers or is that by just alphabetical in general?
It is by pitchers. You go and then I'll go. Jason Adam.
He's overused right now.
Mm-hmm. Grade.
Oh, for the whole season?
Yeah.
A B.
Yeah. B. Getting a little bit overused. Batters are kind of trying to figure out. Yep. Okay, we kind of already talked about this. Dylan Cease.
C+.
Yeah, I was going to say B minus. B minus. And signs of greatness, right? It's Blake Snell all over again.
He's a B minus, but we need him to be an A minus.
Right. You know, he has A minus potential.
Yeah.
Estrada, A minus.
B plus.
B plus.
Yeah.
He's solid. I mean, I can't really think of any negatives besides, a couple bad outings here and there, but no one's perfect.
Time out. Dylan Cease's girlfriend is another pitcher's ex-girlfriend.
I know.
Who, though? Do you
Was
remember?
it Clevenger? Or no, it's Paddock.
That's right. That's what they're saying.
And that's why he can't pitch.
That's why he can't pitch, because he's dating Chris Paddock's ex, and he couldn't pitch.
Okay.
That's funny. I bet John Mushkin put him up.
Hoeing.
He just
can't
came
really
back.
make it right. Yeah. Not incomplete.
Matsui did better.
Yeah.
I'm going to say B minus.
B. Yeah, I'll give it a B.
Okay,
I'll give it a B.
All right.
Especially because it's what I'm not thinking of overall performance. I'm thinking of what we were expecting from him.
Okay, B.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep doing you, baby.
He's improved.
For sure, little baby boy. Morihon.
I'll have to give him an A.
A. Yeah. I'm almost to the point where I'm like,
Trade Suarez.
I was saying that, and Spencer was calling me crazy.
It depends what you could get for Suarez. But no, that's,
okay.
That's
David Morgan.
I don't know enough about him.
I guess. Yeah. Nunez, again, can't really say.
One appearance.
Yeah. Our white flag Wandy.
Okay, you're saying we're based on
expectations?
He's a B because he sucked last year too.
It's true.
Right? He's about the same. Okay.
Get rid of him.
He's about the same. Well, he's too expensive. We pay him like $7 million.
Nikki P.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna give him you're gonna give him
I'll
an
give
A?
him an A.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give
give
him
him
an A.
an A minus because he's had a couple shaky starts.
Again, but we're going through expectations far better than we ever thought he was going to pitch.
We thought
this
he'd
year.
be a decent number 4, which is what he's kind of been his whole life, and he's really he's overperformed.
Okay,
That's great.
Suarez
Started out
B,
this year.
B,
Okay.
B plus, 83.5.
He's like second in saves.
He
It
is,
just
but
feels
it's because we've
worse.
also used him a lot. But his failures are major. Like when he goes down so hard.
And it's recency bias
yes,
too.
Definitely. Vasquez.
He gets a
B
good
plus.
grade. Yeah.
B plus.
He's
Better than we thought.
definitely exceeded expectations.
Keep doing what you're
Good
doing.
for you, Randy Vasquez.
Okay.
You're a bona fide starter now. You're not a maybe.
Randy Vasquez.
Attaboy for Randy Vasquez. He's definitely a bright
Good for you.
spot
Good for you.
Yes, good for you.
I
Randy
give it
Vasquez.
all to me every day of the week.
Again, though, he's an eyeball test too. Because if you watch a game, you're going.
I know, but it's all.
He keeps you on your feet the
All right.
entire time.
This is great. This is my
all right.
position.
Okay.
Catchers. Diaz.
Ugh. There's nothing exciting or good to say about our catchers. Can we grade them both? Because they've been both about the same. Or did you expect?
I think Diaz is a better catcher than Maldonado.
I'm on them. Yeah.
So I'm going to give Diaz a C. I'll give C plus, and I'll give Maldonado a C.
Okay. They've hit about the same. I will say I think Maldonado, because he's hitting over 200, I believe, like he's hitting like 202, he might be exceeding expectations. Because he's hit under 100 or under 200 for several years.
All right, this is where it's getting dicey. Rise.
B minus.
Yeah, B minus. I was going to say the same thing. Expectations, because I'm thinking expectations.
Expectations at first base. I have no issue with him playing first.
Same. And
He's
I've been saying
way
this
better.
I've been saying this since the beginning
And
of the
Dad's
season.
tired of people like talking crap about him.
He's just not tall.
He's just not tall.
God forbid.
But he's gotten so much better. I have no
picks the
issues
shit
with
out of
him
the
playing first base. Really, you can tell he's been working on it. His problem, he has zero plate discipline, none. And
he's been able to get away with it the past couple of years, but the longer let me finish.
I'm sorry.
The longer he's been, the worse it's gotten.
Well,
his plate discipline and in result his batting average.
Well, I think,
but this is worse than we thought it was going to be.
For sure. And like you said, he's always been hits out of the zone or whatever. But it's gotten worse. Like I was reading some statistic that he would hit out of the zone when a ball was like a half a ball out of the zone, and now he's hitting balls that are a full ball out of the zone, and at his eyebrows. Sometimes it works, and because it works
more than a couple sentences. But yes, we get it. We gotta go, Mom.
Oh my god!
It's 2:42.
Well, you shushed me, so then I had to say what I had to say before I forgot. Okay, go ahead.
Bogarts. Now, don't think about this recency bias.
I know.
Now.
God, that's a hard one, Matt. That's hard because of the recency bias. Because the last 2 weeks he's been
looking really good.
He's been looking.
He's looking
great.
pretty freaking good.
In a groove. And he started the season the same way.
Same B.
I'm gonna go with B. I'll give him a B because his defense has been pretty solid. I have no issues with him. Right. B.
And I'll.
That's a generous.
If
B.
we can get an A minus out of him by the end of the season, I'll
take a B plus. I'd say probably more of a B minus.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
B's
81, 82. Jakey. B. He's exactly who you think Jake.
Okay. Yeah. Right? So overall, B.
Yeah.
He's a C plus player probably. A B.
C plus, right? But the teacher's favorite, so she bumps his score up a little bit
at
the end of the year. Iglesias. Oh wow. A minus. Really.
He's
really
better than we thought. I mean,
mess with him.
I'd like to see him play more.
Yes.
He has his moments for sure.
He's insane fielder,
and I feel confident.
Insane fielder.
Unlike most people, unlike Tyler Wade, Lockridge is gone now, but I feel a sense of confidence when he comes up into the plate in a clutch moment. I feel like he could get the job done better than our other bench pieces.
So I'm giving that an A minus.
Okay.
Manny Machado, I also give him an A minus. And that's only because of defense. His defense was pretty rocky in the beginning, but it's starting. Yeah, it's starting.
But Manny continues to be Manny, and
he's Manny.
He's Manny.
All right, fielders. Oh, we're almost there. Trent Brooks. I couldn't really tell you.
Still calls him he calls him something like the wild card or something. His bullet or some bullet. His one bullet that he can use in a game. He did hit one home run.
Bryce Johnson.
I don't know enough about him.
Again, I'll give him like a C plus.
I don't.
Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Jackson.
C minus. C minus.
Because great on defense.
He's made some great plays. He can't hit shit.
He's so out of it. He's so out of
it. He's broken at the plate, and he just hasn't been the same since he
got hurt. Yeah.
And that wasn't being hit by a pitch. That was he did something with his hamstrings or something, right? Mm-hmm. He hasn't been the same. He looks like he could be great. I don't look at him and go, what's going on here? What's wrong? You know what I mean? I don't know what the problem is. I need to figure that out.
Barry Bonds. Barry
Bonds gonna get an A.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
I'll give him an A.
Yeah.
I'll give him an A.
He was a minor league signing from a DFA from the
If I'm
White
giving
Sox.
Gavin Sheets an A, then I'm also gonna give. No, you're right. Actually, I am just gonna give Gavin Sheets an A because of what you said.
Yeah, he was. We had zero expectations.
Definitely.
He's a solid A.
Yeah.
He might be a B player,
but he's playing
a solid A in
this
rubric.
Yes. All right, another tough one. Nando.
Oh, we have to introduce a new kitty too, by the way. Can you see that? See that little black thing right there?
That's Finn.
That's Finn. Lily calls him Finley Jones.
Yep. Finley
Jones. I call him Finn. See the little black kitty? They got a new kitty.
Finn. Anyways.
Just conveniently located. No. Of course, I thought of my dog, Tattoo.
I'm going to give him...
So,
I'm going to give him a C+. B minus. B minus. B minus. B minus. B minus. Playing good defense.
I'm going to give him a C at best.
Ugh. Playing really good playing
I take some
Gold Glove level defense still.
No, he's made errors this year, Matt.
But he's still playing. Okay, but he's still playing.
He still makes some downside plays, but but defense great, but it's his bat that we are reliant on, and for the vast majority, he's hitting 202 since May 2nd.
Yes.
And what, 2 home runs maybe?
I think 1.
So the thing is, he got nailed on the arm on the 3rd. The same day we adopted Taddy. And I'm like, I'm not changing my dog's name. But do I claim some responsibility? Did I curse it? But anyway, I don't know what his problem is, Maddie. Nobody knows what the problem is. And that's the problem. We know he has the potential. We've seen it for years.
He's therapy.
Something.
It's obviously just so mental.
And there's so
much
much
I feel for the guy. And I really do feel for the guy because, like, you can tell he's so bummed about it. You know?
Well, that's part of the problem.
Homie is drained.
I think that it's an Occam. I mean, there's all these speculations, but I think it's an Occam's razor thing where he's dealing with that inside pitch, and it hurt when he got it hurt. So it's constantly he's being thrown inside, pitched inside, high and tight. But now I'm starting to see he's going full matrix when things are when he really doesn't need to. So he's got something going on with getting fear of being hit by a pitch, which is legit. But he's going to have to get over that. I mean, he's being paid to get over that. I don't necessarily think that there's some big scandal going on that it's because he's getting sued by his baby mama, and I don't really think that's gonna. I don't see him taking that onto the field. I think he has a very, very hard time with not being the best player on the field and not meeting expectations because he always has. He's always been that superstar, and when he's not, it just
he's lost.
Alive. Yeah, and he's got to figure out. And I know it's a maturity thing, but the guy's 26. So he should be figuring this out. And he needs, I'm hoping that there's some help for him, and I'm hoping he will accept the help. Because I think he completely relies on his dad, for better or worse. And sometimes I think it's for worse. Supposedly his dad had told him something about his stance and that he's not hitting. His dad was critical of him. And again, this is just talk, but I'm hearing this not just from fans, but from other people that his dad had said something critical about him, and he's kind of gotten lost ever since, where he probably needs somebody that's not in his family to sit him down and coach him and relax him a little bit and tell him he's worthy as a player, as an individual, as a person. Even if he's not hitting 300 or 100 home runs, he doesn't need to be that. You know, we love him no matter what. And again, other people calling for him to be traded. They think he's toast. I'm like, no, he's not.
People are stupid.
People are stupid. He's not toast. He will be good again.
I am confident that
100%
this is a
confident
funk.
that.
This is
Absolutely.
a funk. Yes.
He has all the athletic ability in the world, and that doesn't go away at 26. So I think it's primarily a mental thing.
I agree.
You want to rate the coach?
Wade.
Oh, Tyler Wade.
I'll give him. I don't know. I just have such a soft spot for him. He's just so cute. Give him a C plus.
Sure, fair enough. You want to rate
Schultz?
B. I'm gonna give him a B.
Lineup's kind of been weird.
Just that, and I just think the bulk of the season we haven't been that great. And I think that he needs to. That's part of it. But for better or for worse, it's a results-based business, and he's ultimately responsible.
Alas.
Whether it's fair or not.
Well, we did it. That was fun.
It was.
I like that.
We needed that.
Yeah. We need some structure.
Yeah. I hope the next time we meet, which will be soon, that we have some exciting and at least that we're trending better.
Upward trajectory.
Offensively wins, whatnot.
Shout out House Kim for making it back.
Oh, did you come
to
back
the
today?
field. He came back yesterday
Aww.
or the day before. My heart goes
Korean
out to you
prince.
always. All right, guys, we got to go back to this game. We're hoping for a win. Hurry
That's
up.
right, we gotta go.
Pick your stick.
I'm gonna go with Gavin Sheets.
I'll go with Nando. I believe in you.
Oh, very good. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.